fucked up. I'm fucked up. Jimmy, you ain't fucked up. But that shit's getting all but close to the moon. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Our fuck is fucked up. Our government is fucked up.
What was that?
Why? Bam.
What did it just hit?
Look at it. Look at the fucking smoke ring. Are you fucking shitting me? I'm a drunk ass redneck videoing some fucking shit. Like, what in the fuck is that? There's the fucking moon. This bullshit just sent a fucking shockwave. What the?
Guys, look at this big, wide, open-air satanic ritual. The parasites that are in charge of the world right now are always putting the truth right in your face, because if it's right in your face, it's harder for you to see. And they're always casting spells and rituals on humanity with their black magic BS. And this is around 10 years before the illness that we all endured that lasted a couple of years. This was at the London 2012 opening ceremony, and here you have like this very dark demonic figure. I mean, look at the eyes there, with what looks to be a jibby in the right hand, and the people at the bottom are all nurses and hospital beds, as you can see here. So a lot of people will say, well, this is just a coincidence. Guys, there are no coincidences. This was all pre-planned. They knew exactly what they were doing. And now we're seeing the fallout of the you-know-whats, the poke in the arms. People coming down with turbo cancers and heart attacks, sportsmen and women just collapsing. Guys, this was an open-air genocide that they got people to agree to. And they were telling you back in 2012, with this dark BS, what they were gonna do.
Out of all the stories that I've heard growing up in witchcraft and around sorcery, this one set itself apart from a lot. So it has nothing to do with African practices. It has everything to do with Islam and Arabic jinn magic. So pretty much there was an imam who spoke about a specific group of Muslims or sect of Muslims whose name starts with a T. If you know, you know. And he spoke about them negatively on a public platform. They told him, you will regret this. So what they do is they break into his home when he's gone, push out the refrigerator, write Ayatul Kursi backwards in blood on the back of his refrigerator. They push it back in and leave. He gets back, sees his house was broken into, but nothing was took. He calls the police. They do nothing. He thinks of it as nothing. He moves on. Months later, he's backing out of his driveway and he hears a boom. He gets out and he realizes he ran over his 1-year-old son's head and killed his child. After going through the process of his son dying, he moves out the home. And when he's moving out, he notices Ayatul Kursi is written backwards on the back of his refrigerator in blood.
The Lord, like I do when I'm praying, I saw soldiers in a single file line going towards Europe. And in it was a major draft. There were people going towards Europe, men and women. It was like a draft. And all these people were being called up to go fight Europe, because the Lord showed me that the war had escalated into a World War III scenario. And then I saw, I heard when I was praying, the great Apollyon is being released upon the earth. And then I saw a massive, like a riverbank with these like holes in the earth. And I saw a massive angelic, demonic looking angelic being, huge principality thing, came out of the ocean with 2 other angelic beings beside him. Now, I don't know what those were, but I heard the great Apollyon. Now, I've studied a little bit, but I didn't go into depth about it, about the great Apollyon. So if you want to study it and you want to comment down below of what the great Apollyon is to teach the other people, you can. But for time's sake, I'm not going into all that, about where it is in Revelations and all that, okay? So the great Apollyon. So then I saw a demon that was chained in a pit with these massive chains on top of this devil, binding him in this pit. And I saw an angelic being, which was on the not a demonic, but it was angelic from the Lord, come down and release that demonic spirit. And it came up out of that pit, and it started. And first, I'll describe to you all what it looked like. He had a old fur, like a old Vikings outfit on, and it was like a fur that went all over his body, that was like a white looking, like a polar bear kind of hair. It was big, like goat hair, like thick. And he had a leather, like a sachet like thing, like a leather thing that went across him, and he had a Viking helmet on, like one of those horns that went up, and he had an armor. It was like an old looking armor, like what a Viking would wear, with these huge horns that went off the top of his helmet. And his face was vicious. And he started spinning like the Tasmanian devil on the Bugs Bunny. He was spinning like that. He was spinning profusely when he got out of that pit. And he spun and spun and spun. And he went inside Vladimir Putin area. It was like, I saw Vladimir Putin. I'm going to say it's like he went inside Vladimir Putin. But it's like he became possessed with this demonic entity. And he, all of a sudden, I saw him strike Poland, because Poland got missiles from other countries. Something happened, and they were Poland was provoking Russia, okay, and because of war stuff and helping out with Ukraine. But there was something more to this. So all of a sudden, about Warsaw, Poland, I believe is where, by Belarus area, I saw a humongous mushroom cloud, kind of an explosion. And I said, during this visitation, when I'm seeing all this in the spirit, I said, Lord, oh no, they're going to use tactical nukes. And the Lord said, no, this is a weapon that has never been used before, ever on the earth. We've never seen this. Everything that went like a 50-mile radius or bigger, it was huge, this blast zone. And it vaporized everything. It went roof. And it was like, it's like everything disintegrated. But it didn't destroy the buildings. Okay? It just like, it went whack, and it's everybody just, it was a wicked, wicked weapon. So I saw this happen, and when this happened, I saw the World War III, and it escalated even more, like I told you was coming. And so everybody was getting involved then when this happened. Like all of Europe was getting involved in this because of the weapon that Russia used. Then I saw Turkey with these massive these drums, humongous drums, and they started beating these old ancient drums that I've never seen used before. And they were all lined up all on the water of Turkey. And I saw Turkey join in with Russia and support Russia and start funding them with all kinds of stuff to help them with their war efforts. Then I saw Iran join Russia, and Iran and Turkey were joining. And then I saw them come against Israel, and I saw men with red hats that were marching, like, coming out of Syria, coming against Israel. And the Lord told me this is the beginning of Ezekiel 38-39 war. I believe it was Gog and Magog is what I believe is what this is. But Ezekiel 38-39 war. And I saw that it escalate. But the United States did not participate in this at all. We were busy with Europe, okay? But we did not help out with this. And people were upset about it, and they called it the Great Betrayal because they did not help out with this war. And Israel was on their own. Everybody was against Israel. Everybody was. And I could see this happening all throughout the Middle East. All these people were rising up against Israel. And you have to remember, I saw this over 2 years ago. That this vision happened. The Lord showed me all this happening, okay? So then, whenever I saw that America did not stand with Israel, I saw China shoot like something out of China that looked like a dragon, a red dragon face. But it went over America. And I thought this was really interesting because I don't know what it was, if it was a missile or if it was cyber or whatever. But this would be the second time I've seen this kind of a thing. Now, because it's later on. I mean, that was 2 years ago when I saw this, okay? So I saw this red dragon going across America. And then the Lord showed me Hawaii. And I saw Honolulu and the Big Island and all those islands all at war with China with a surprise attack similar to Pearl Harbor again, with them bringing F-16s, and they were bombing the people, and they could not get away in this surprise attack. It happened in Hawaii, and I saw people running, and everything was on fire, and it was very, very intense, the thing that happened in Hawaii. So I was, and like I said, if you live in Hawaii, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to tell you what I saw when I was praying. And I could see the buildings exploding, and I could see people running for their life, but there was nowhere for them to go because it's an island. Okay? So, fast forward to present day. None of this stuff was happening 2 years ago. We just barely started the Ukraine war. Things were just starting to happen, okay? Now we have the Prime Minister of France talking about supplying Poland and 30 other nations with, 30 nuclear bombs throughout NATO. Okay, that's what I think I heard. 30 nuclear things.
Hey guys, just a quick one. So just to announce, the Vatican has just released new supernatural guidelines and is currently doing a live press conference in Italy to discuss the following. So the Vatican is offering new guidance Friday regarding supernatural phenomenon and other apparitions, presenting now new provisions of the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith. So as we know, David Grush was talking about the first discovery of a UFO in Magenta, Italy in 1933 under the Mussolini regime. And Pius XII, who was the current Pope at the time, back-channeled this. And apparently the Catholic Church did get involved in hiding and securing this craft until the end of the Second World War. I don't know what they're going to be discussing. I don't even know if they're going to be mentioning UFOs in this stuff, but the Vatican is very well aware, and it's very well documented in their historical archive about the aerial phenomenon that we're currently witnessing and have been witnessing for some time. This is fresh off the plate from News Nation, literally posted 15 minutes ago. I will leave a link and also all associated stuff to find News Nation and their current news bulletin on this issue. It's a quick one, so all done with that. Thank you, guys.
Project Bluebeam is going to scare everyone shitless. We are getting ready for the one world religion. Don't be surprised if the sky open up and you see Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna. One world religion is now here. The people that's so-called in power, their time is over with. There's no more time for them. That's why they gotta pull everything out. And Project Bluebeam is their master card. They're going to tell the whole world these UFOs are here. They coming to save us. They coming to take us to another planet. But there's going to be so many people that believe this shit. They going to believe it's the new rapture. When these UFO spacecraft finally come, I would not go on none of these ships. Because once you go on these ships, you will never be seen again. Demons, aliens, fallen angels, demons, whatever name you want to give them. They're going to come here and do all kind of miracles. They're going to heal all the sick people. They're going to make people walk again. They're going to clean all the water, all the food. But they're not going to tell you they was the ones that created all this nonsense from the start. So once they start creating all these miracles, but they're not going to come looking like these aliens. They're going to come looking like your savior and your gods you've been worshiping all your life. What's taking place right now is the boy who cried wolf. So many spiritual teachers been trying to tell the population this shit is going to happen, but nothing never happened. Nothing never happened. So it became the boy who cried wolf. There was something did happen, no one believed it. The people that control this matrix did a hell of a job fucking people's minds up. I want people to understand that we have a new moon coming next month. Not just any moon, but the flower moon. The new moon is May 23rd. The flower moon is all about abundance. So they're going to try to use our energy to make all their shit manifest. They're going to use our energy to make this one world religion take place. Who is going to be the god of this new world religion? You guessed it, the UFOs.
Oh my god, crazy stuff. And on even more crazy mysterious stuff is this book, my friends, we are seeing here. My friend, there's a book here written and have some weird drawings. Oh my god, what could this be? Alchemy. Oh, my friend is telling me this is what does alchemy now means? Will you explain that to me? Alchemy. Good people of art, English people. My friend is telling me this book look like it has alchemy stuff. Myself, I feel like the word alchemy sounds like, is it about chemistry? I don't know. You leave your thoughts, but this is weird stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Guy. What is this? Look at this drawing here of this person, and it looks like there's another person. Hi. Mother here fighting a hawk to protect her babies. Hey, Kasungumo doing the best from here, my friend. You see, let me tell you, English people, good people of earth. You see, Kasungumo here is one very intelligent creature. You see, just like this parrot who is jealous of its owner's toy duck. Oh, look at this, man. Unbelievable stuff. The parrot is very, very jealous. Because it sees this guy giving love and compassion to the toy. And it even throws the toy away. Probably wondering, what's up with this guy? Can't he see I'm here around bringing toys, my friend? This dog gave his food to a stray cat. Unbelievable. Wow. Wonderful earthlings. We always talk about caring for stray animals, you see? And those that don't have a place they can call home, feeding them. This dog knows that.
You know the sign of these magical seals. I am the person who draw it. Okay? This, when you see a frog in your yard, that means abundantly. Okay? Don't destroy the frog because it kill insect in your farming. Okay? Frog give you a lot of wealth. Don't destroy frogs. This is the sign of money. This is the sign of getting a job. This representing water. The Sator, Aripo, Tenant, Opera, Rota. Sator is the creator. Aripo is Opera. Tenant. Sator, Aripo, Tenant, Opera, Rotas. Sator is the creator. Aripo means Jesus. This Tenet representing slow movement. Opera is creation. Rotas mean vortices. So God or the devil. Okay, you can pronounce it in 4 different ways or 5 different ways. Sator, Aripo, Tenant, Opera, Rotas. Sator, Aripo, Tenant, Opera, Rotas. Sator, Aripo, Tenant, Opera, Rotas. Okay, this is the Ankh. The Ankh is a portal. This is the male figure. This is the children. Anything go in here, it come out back. That is a portal, right? The star and crescent of paradise. Ramesses the third, love cartouche. Right? Ramesses the third, love cartouche. This is in the Setar Reaper is in the Hebrew character. Right? Atom mean atom. Right? This is strength. Right? This is April, May. This is Cancer. This is doctors of letters. This is healing. When you see the serpent, that's why you see it at the pharmacy. Moses, in the days of Moses. This representing winter. This represents the four elements. Air, earth, water, and fire. Right? This is a love cartouche. Right? You have 9. And so, this drawback, the vibration of love to you. Okay? This is the eye of Isis. I get that from Egypt. Right? This is balancing. Right? Magnetic. Right? Lot of things is on it. You understand? Over and out. These are my...
If you ever asked a character in your dream who they were, or what the time was, or what the date was, what happened? Because I did this unknowingly and I ended up with sleep paralysis. So genuinely, I want to know what your stories are, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they've done it. So stitch this and tell me what happened.
The following footage comes from a witness out of Siberia. He decides to take a walk in the woods behind his home, but this isn't like any typical walk that he's gone on. While he's out there walking deep in the woods, he finds something he's never seen before, a gigantic wall, which ends up being a huge fence in the middle of the woods. So many questions arise. Specifically, what is it? Who made it? And what's behind there? It almost makes you wonder about the rumors and the conspiracy theories coming out of Siberia of all the secret testing. Is this proof? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Привет, парни, я тут в шоке. Решил прогуляться по территории. Посмотрите, какой забор. Вот это забор. Я просто в ахуе. Сейчас покажу еще. Вот это забор. Вон он кончается. И вон там кончается. Вон угол. Вот такой вот забор. Ха. No.
I'm breaking his heart, because that's not what I or any of us are born for. We're born to be children of God. You know, to love God, love our neighbor, and love ourselves, as Jesus said in the scriptures. That's what we're born for. And I wasn't doing any of that. I didn't love myself, I didn't love my neighbor, and I didn't love God.
I was wondering, in a time frame you deem appropriate, if you could give the history of the solar system and the major civilizations and races, and especially including any planetary wars that have a major impact, maybe 10 minutes or less.
In the beginning, as you know time to exist, in the formation of your solar system, as your scientists to some degree have figured out, the Earth was the product of a collision between a large body that existed in this orbit and another large body that thus then allowed there to be the creation of the Earth and the Moon as you know it. Now, the moon has been tinkered with since then by other beings for the purpose of balancing the energy of the Earth out in a variety of ways, but that's another story. In terms of the idea of the incarnational procession through your solar system, first there was the idea of what you would call Maldek in what you now know to be the asteroid belt. And thus then there were incarnations of a different type that took place on that world for the idea of soul incarnations to experience certain things and experiences of polarity. There was great destruction in that experience, and that world no longer exists. Thus then the incarnations moved inward toward the sun to the next planet you know as Mars, when it was capable of holding life forms. But then there was, again, according to the idea of time and space, a glancing passing by a large asteroid that ripped the atmosphere away and turned it into the world you now know it to be. Thus then the incarnations thus then came to be on the Earth when the Anunnaki beings, as you call them, came from another system to thus then inject their genetic material into the hominid species that was naturally evolving on the Earth to create the human form you now know it that was capable of allowing for the connection of the spirit and the soul in the similar incarnational fashion as was experienced on the Martian and Maldek planes. But the idea also is that certain branches of that natural hominid species were not tampered with and evolved naturally into what you now know to be Sasquatch. Thus then you have the idea, continuing the history forward, of the fact that you are all generally hybridized in a number of ways, and thus then the hybrid beings that are the product of the agenda between the gray species, which is a mutated human world from another parallel Earth, and the idea of the humans of your world mixing to form a hybrid species, where these children shall be returned in what you call the future to the Earth, and eventually there shall be the idea of only those hybrids on the Earth, forming the idea of the sixth hybrid race. And once the sixth hybrid race exists in about 1,000 years of your time of counting, then all the different six hybrid civilizations will together begin to blend into a new form of life that we are simply calling the seventh hybrid race. There you have a very brief history leading into the future history of your world. Did I miss anything?
Thank you. That was very good.
Right.
And just the major civilizations that came and went that they talk about.
On your planet?
On Earth.
There are many that you do not know of, but some of the ones you do know of are the idea of Lemuria and Atlantis, as we have discussed this night. There are civilizations that existed in what now is the Gobi Desert on your planet. There are civilizations that existed in what you call the South American regions on the high plateaus. And there are also many interactions with extraterrestrial beings that have taken place in some of these ancient civilizations. There are many other civilizations, including one that used to exist in what you call the Antarctic region before it was covered with ice. There are a few others as well that we will not go.
Earth has weird anomalies inside of it that go back hundreds of millions of years. And people are like, how did this hammer, this 200 million year old hammer, because they can tell by the depth in these mines, how did this pottery get down here, 300 million year old piece of pottery? It's not from Earth. It's when Earth was part of Tiamat. You're looking at a relic from a whole other civilization when we were part of another planet. Nobody's talking about this. That's the next thing that I'm going to be talking about in my next book. We're talking about Earth.
They found artifacts that...
Oh, yeah. We've got artifacts that date back 300, 400, 500 million years.
Like which artifacts specifically?
There's vases, there's hammers, things that look like hammers, or tools that have been discovered deep in these mine shafts, and you can tell the years by the depth of the mine.
Are you referring to some of those vases that Ben Kirkwick has been measuring?
I'm not sure. I don't know about him measuring anything, but you can look these up. They're mainstream artifacts.
This is not the spirit of Yahuwah, part 1.
7 years. 7 years what? 7 years ago, she was in that accident. Couldn't bend her knee. Couldn't even get out of bed today. Today, the power of God. You want that power? Get down here.
Look at them shaking and stuff, man. What you just saw was a clip from a church. They do the same exact stuff in the occult. Look at this. It is 1000% demonic. It is a Kundalini spirit that has infiltrated the churches. Galatians 5:22 lists the fruits of Yahuwah's Ruach, or spirit. And one of them is self-control. There's no instance in the Bible where people fell down or they touched your head and you fell down and you started shaking, except when there was a young boy who was possessed by a demon. And look what it says, the demon threw him down in convulsions, shaking. I'm gonna make a whole series exposing the false Kundalini spirit that is in these churches. If you guys want to see part 2, hit the like and the follow. Barak Yahuwah. See you guys in the next video. Shalom.
Oh my god, ooh, my friends, wonderful. Actually, there's a lot of extremely weird things going on around, you see? And some of these things, they're just unbelievable. There's even no way to explain them, you see? So, my friends, you see this thing we always talk about unity here. It is in fact very useful and can work for our community as the whole world, you see? Peace, forgiveness and good vibes. Anyway, thanks to yourself for watching up to this part. I believe you are a good vibes human, full of those virtues you always talk about. And now so that we can spread them to the whole world, why don't you always hit the like button, share the videos with your friends and family, and that way we can spread positivity to the whole world. I've been Y311H, straight out of Africa, man. Peace be with you till next time. Good vibes, man. In the coming video, we shall read a few comments from some guys there who have been doing great work. Bye bye.